Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bruno, and today I have a very special story for you. I am ready to spill the tea. Yes, the shade of it all, known as my coming out story. Shut up. So I talked a little bit about coming out to my mom, but before that story ever occurred, I was outed in high school. The most horrifying thing that can happen. So this story all begins with a young Bruno who was, I think, how old was I? 17. Now this story begins with a very young Bruno, 17 years old, in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, attending high school. I was a theater geek. I did all the shows in high school, and during one show we were doing a Shakespeare play, and during this play I became very close friends with a girl named Samaria. Oh, she is so beautiful, so chocolatey. She was just an amazing girl, and I was infatuated by her. And we began to talk, texting back and forth, a potential relationship, As we continued to get to know each other, she told me that she was bisexual, and she began to ask me questions like, have you ever considered doing anything with a guy? And I was like, no. Secretly, maybe just a little bit. And she was like, well, would you consider doing anything? And I was like, well, at most, the most I would ever do would maybe, kiss a guy, maybe. And her being the bisexual, sexually aware teenager was like, well, maybe you should try it out. So she set me up on a date with this guy named Andrew. She sent me his number, she sent him my number, and we started texting. Now, why a girl that I was sort of dating sent me another guy's number to talk to, I'm not sure why. I guess she wanted me to explore the other side of the fence or something like that. And so I did. So we set up a date. It was a very, very weird feeling. I was terrified. I was I've never done this before. I don't know if I like this. He took me to some authentic Mexican. And then we went back to his place. His parents weren't home. He started making moves, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of not feeling comfortable. So I just stopped it right then and there. His dog was jumping on me, and he was trying to make out with me, and there was just a lot happening, and my brain was alarms were flying. So he took me home. At some point during that night, I came to the conclusion oh wow, I kind of liked it. We should do it again. In the background, him and Samaria are arguing and fighting, low-key fighting over me, and I had no idea. But anyways, long story short, we went on another date, and then we began officially dating a few weeks later. I have to say, before this time, I was definitely acting out in some weird ways. I was sneaking alcohol to school. I actually got caught sneaking alcohol to school, which was during play rehearsal for Bye Bye Birdie, which was my last play as a senior in high school. I like to think that the reason behind it was probably because I was trying to come to terms with my sexuality, and also still trying to be the cool guy at school. I knew everyone knew me. I didn't want to, mess up my image. So I think I took to sneaking alcohol to school as a way to kind of combat the whole being gay thing. I don't know why I made being gay the robot, but whatever. I got caught with alcohol. I had in-school suspension, and when I got back, for some reason, I thought I should tell my best friend. His name is AJ. He was the gay one that everyone knew. I decided that I would tell him. I go talk to him during the middle of play rehearsal, and I pull him to the side. I'm like, hey, AJ, there's something I have to tell you. And he's like, yes. And I was like, so I'm dating someone. And he's like, oh my God, you're dating someone, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and it's a guy. And he was like, doing the whole AJ thing. It was a huge weight was lifted off of my shoulder. This came to a complete shock to him because as far as everyone knew, I was the straight guy doing theater. One of the few, if not the only straight guy doing theater. Sorry, Elliot, you're still questionable. So to him, it was just his mind was blown. And my mind was blown too, because this was all new to me. I didn't really know that I was gay, but I was definitely coming to terms with it. A few days later, me, AJ, and his best friend, Bridget, are hanging out, and we're, I don't even know what we're doing. But she basically drops the hint that she knows that I'm dating another guy. that moment, I never wanted to kill AJ so badly. Apparently, as soon as play rehearsal was over, you know, just like any normal best friend would, he went and told his other best friend my biggest secret. And that was the fallout of me being outed in high school. It started off slowly, you know, certain people here and there finding out. I don't think AJ was going around spreading the rumor. I think he really only told Bridget. But the word was breaking out somehow that I was no longer the straight guy doing theater. I was just another queer in a leotard doing Shakespeare. I felt like the entire world was crumbling down on me. Like everyone was finding out I was gay. Like who's next? My mom, my dad, like my brothers, my sisters. Like I was low-key freaking out, and I only had a few more months before high school was over and I was gonna go to college. And this was not the way I wanted to go out at all. During that time of coming out to people and people finding out that I was gay, I actually strengthened some of my many relationships I had with my other friends. Many people who I didn't think would be supportive actually turned out to be very supportive. And what started as a complete nightmare turned into a very great and positive growing experience for me. And I came out a lot faster in college than I did in high school. Even though some people were coming to terms with me being gay, I still took a girl to prom. De'Ara, love you, girl. To kind of be my beard, because I was still like hesitant to let everyone know that I was gay, and it ended up being the worst prom I could have had because I really just wanted Andrew to be there, and here I am with a girl that I'm not romantically interested in, and I have a boyfriend who is on the other side of town, and I'm sitting there wishing that he was there. So prom really sucked. So my thing for anyone who is struggling with their sexuality, afraid to come out, start slow. Tell your best friend. You may face a whole bunch of trouble and hardships, and you may lose some friends, but just know the people that need and deserve to be in your life will be there. It may take some time, but don't give up. Don't be afraid. Don't take a girl to prom if you really want to be going with your boyfriend or some other cute hottie down the hallway. So take risks, enjoy life, and hopefully your coming out experience is a little better than mine. Hopefully you're not forced out of the closet like I was. So that is my coming out story in the midst of my high school senior year. And if you have any fun stories to tell about your coming out experience, put them in the comments below, like, share, and as always, subscribe if you feel my vibe. Other than that, have a good night. Oh, my back itches.